What's up? It's time for Delicious in Dungeon episode 15. It's so important I cut it up into 2 syllables. I'm excited for this. In the previous episode, we followed the other party, made up of what's his name and his party of friends. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Why can't I remember it? I probably have it written down here somewhere. And if I can just go back to the right point in time, I will have that name for you. I've lost it. I don't have it. I don't have it off the top of my head. And I can't find it. Doesn't matter. You know who I'm talking about. We went back to Cour. I did find it. Cour and Rin and that whole party. And it was fun. It was really good. I liked learning more about them. I think they are really interesting characters, and I can't wait to see how they interact with the story as it moves forward. I mean, it feels like they're kind of going to be like a rival party, but not because they're bad people or anything, and not because we're bad people, but just because of the way the world is and the way their morals line up with our morals. Possibly we might have some trouble with them in the future, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I mean, maybe we're going back to our party now. Maybe we're going to be staying on that party. I don't know. Let's get into it. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. I know I say it a lot, and I know every YouTuber says it, but it is important, especially for a small channel like myself. I want to be able to keep doing these videos, and any little bit that you can do helps me out. So make sure to leave a comment on your favorite part of the episode or your favorite part of my reaction, things that you like, stuff like that. But also, if you want the full-length reaction, that's on my Patreon account in the description below. And it also has so much other content for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel, which we're really going well over there. Go check that out. But yeah, let's jump into this Delicious in Dungeon episode 15. Here we go.
This wall wasn't here last time. What gives?
Oh shit.
Shape. I bet that mage is doing
You're
it.
trapped in a
He's
maze.
probably being cautious about us.
Guess I've gotta get a bit reckless. Just wait here.
Okay. Come on, Chilchuck.
I don't know if anyone else is getting this feeling, but it's like the town is getting livelier.
It's creepy.
With the monsters hiding from it or surfacing. This floor originally had lots of
Oh,
monsters.
poor Marcille. Look at
Avoiding
her.
them was sheer good luck.
We've been walking non-stop and haven't had a decent meal since eating the dragon. If I had to guess Laios' age, well, I can't really tell if he's young or old simply by looking.
I think he's pretty
Chilchuck and
young.
Marcille can't provide a hearty meal at such an important time in their lives. I must feed them. The youngins must be fed, and I have to feed them.
No, it's more like a floral scent.
Wherever flowers are blooming, there's sure to be some water.
Okay.
All up to
Is this place some kind of graveyard?
Damn. I thought they would just be in stone
What's that over there?
sections for a while. What is that? This feels like a lure. Yeah. Oh, that's scary.
Us.
Hey, Senshi, let go!
That's so scary.
back, Senshi!
Oh my god.
What the? Are
It's spores. Careful.
These things there. Dryad flowers.
Dryad
Dust in
flowers.
the air is.
Microparticles cling to the respiratory system's mucus membrane.
Oh god.
Them as harmful. Then activates its immune system and quick. It's hay fever.
Oh. It's just really bad hay fever.
No way!
Oh my god.
This is bad! Laios!
I can't stay. Where
Damn
are
it.
you?
My eyes! I want you to swing that sword behind you.
Okay.
Swing!
Nice! Oh, but it blows even more into their face. Oh, that's gross.
My eyes are so...
That's actually crazy that they fight you while you have intense hay fever.
Smell. No, the scent of the pollen is too strong. And she's sneezing is too loud. I can't trust my sight,
Taste?
smell, or hearing right now.
You're gonna have to lick around.
The wind! The doctor sneezing
Okay.
moves to your back right!
Oh, that's awesome. You just did it from feeling the wind around her.
And feed it some mana quickly or it'll die. And
Do you
after it
have
took
much
me
mana?
So many years.
This whole area is safe.
You're such a liar!
The male and female part was right. Dryads are unisexual.
Okay.
Hang on a minute.
Reminds me of
Doing it again.
Hell's Paradise.
Should knock him out to
You know
stop him
the
this time.
creatures in Hell's
I feel
Paradise?
like we've gotten to a point where we can't be picky anymore.
Marcille.
Found some
Oh god.
Dryad fruits.
Oh, that's awful.
First time. Casually look for scary sounding spells. Magic jokes aren't funny, so seriously.
I
stop.
think it was funny.
They're what eventually becomes the Dryad flower.
Oh,
They
interesting.
look tasty and much easier to eat than the stuff you're carrying.
What's the worst that could happen?
A lot
Grab a few.
of bad things could happen, right? Could poison you and you could die.
I'm glad I thought ahead and asked to borrow this axe from those orcs.
Oh,
Lightly fry it in some butter and then add in some mushrooms.
all right.
Pour a little melted cheese over the top.
Oh, cheese. Damn. It's kind of cool. I don't think I'd like it.
And it might replenish your mana.
You can
Why
have
did
good
you put it
intentions,
in
but
that
doesn't make
thing?
doing it any better. Still eat it though.
Aw.
Despite it being dense, it melts in your mouth. I
Aw.
love this.
She loves it.
That's kind of horrifying.
Normally she just goes like, yeah, it's good or whatever. Like later in the series, she hasn't generally loved it.
So I highly doubt he'd try to keep us here indefinitely, which means there has to be a way out. How?
She really loves
Same
it.
kind of lab. I'm starting to think this might work out.
It's
It's such a good
easier
party.
To feel optimistic when your stomach's full, huh?
Absolutely. You wouldn't be so hangry.
You are. You really need to step up. It's time for me to teach you magic.
Whoa, you can do
Be
that?
able to. If you can learn healing and abjuration magic,
Okay.
it'll make things easier.
Yeah.
Falin taught you the basics, didn't? But the roots are similar, so it should be okay. I'll drum it into your head fast, I swear.
Why'd you even cover my eyes in front of those dryads anyway? I mean, you saved me, but still.
Because he saved you.
I see. You said before that your old man passed away, didn't you?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I could be your
That
dad.
was as good a time as ever. You're probably at the age where you're gonna start showing interest in
Oh my
certain things.
god.
So you're gonna need to have some good knowledge
He's
about
giving him the birds and the bees talk.
Let's just say they use Damon and Pistol.
And so their lessons continued on well into
Oh
the
my
night.
god. Oh my god.
It's not the point at all, so get over it. Give me your left hand.
I kind of want to touch her ears.
Belai,
Spalai,
Yeptum,
Yeptom,
This is cool.
Lufel, Wounds.
It itches!
What?
Are you alright?
What? How'd that
Scab
happen?
just came off.
Whoa, did it work?
Wow, you actually did it!
Yay!
Good job, Laios. You're a pretty fast learner. I guess your bloodline has a talent for it.
That's great.
It was easy for me to follow.
Glad to hear.
That's so
Now,
cute.
before you... I'll be watching, so just go
He
and
doesn't
do it
like
before.
all the magic stuff.
Did it have to be there?
You need to
On my
keep
tender
learning about
nips.
that. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Falin and Shuro.
I'm speaking from
Fallon
experience.
and Shuro.
For leaders, and see, any half-foot I know who's dipped into black magic mysteriously got kidnapped by elves and were never seen again. It's such a crazy coincidence. Because of that, I've never had the chance to learn about it. Forgive me for being so ignorant.
Actually, it's magic that draws energy from a different plane where infinity exists.
Oh my
How
god.
do you turn a cup that's full of water into gas? Yes. Many places in this dungeon are linked to another place. That power is used to summon monsters. Also to create the dungeon itself. And made it so that her body was part of it. Just for a moment, of course.
Huh. That's a little hard to wrap my head around.
It's close.
I'd have to rewatch that scene a couple times, I think.
The wall's moving.
That was pretty complex. But I'm impressed by the writing of it.
Let's get a closer look.
Hey, what's wrong?
I suddenly feel dizzy.
Oh yeah, that's
Your
right.
mana.
It was your first time using
You
magic.
used up your
so
mana
you're
properly.
likely dealing with mana sickness. Hopefully ease up soon.
I'll
Aww.
be back.
Get rest, okay?
Whether I open or close my eyes, it...
Oh my god.
Mana sickness really bites.
Yeah, that seems awful. My god.
The floor's rising all of a sudden.
Get off. Yep.
And we almost got stuck there,
Oh.
huh?
Oh no.
The cockatrice with merciless, petrifying venom.
Good job entering the narrator right there.
Looks like a
One bite from it, you'll turn into a statue!
Oh.
Go to the left!
Uh-oh.
But that's only something the snakehead has the ability to do. The birdhead's relying on sight to find us. What Laios did when we faced a basilisk the last time.
Yeah, vaguely. You had to go on opposite sides or whatever.
You don't back down. Put
I remember it was really
whole
cool.
body into intimidating it.
It's the size of a basilisk, and I'm honestly not that good at yelling.
Oh.
Was it? Ah! Or roar? Maybe.
Aw.
What am I even doing?
Oh, okay. That was a good bit.
What Laios does? How am I supposed to do this? My own way.
Okay. With magic?
The magic school's first ever genius,
Oh.
Marcille.
Oh.
Too shallow.
Noise. Both heads are looking at
Oh
me
no,
now.
oh no.
I need to cast, but there's no time.
Shit! Marcille! Oh! She blew off the head?
Did you get bitten?
Was it just a
I'm okay.
shirt?
That looks
Oh no,
like a
she
bite
did get
from me, you
bitten.
idiot.
You got bitten by a cockatrice? This is bad.
Oh
Do you
no.
know the trick to help you deal with a cockatrice bite?
There's a trick to
Can you suck out the blood?
Good. Now you're all set to turn into stone.
I thought this was a shot to get petrified, you little.
Oh shit.
She got hardened in a really dangerous pose.
Oh.
Her course
Yeah.
imbalanced, so she could tip over any second.
Oh right.
Of all
Laios
the
was actually
poses she
right.
could have chose,
What should we
I haven't
do
thought
now?
about that, but he's
is there
right.
any way-
First is waiting till it just wears off.
How long does that
Petrification's
take?
more like a curse instead of a poison. Last option is to let me try to cast something to heal her.
Can you, though? So, how long would it take to heal up naturally?
Probably a
For
while,
tall
huh?
men, it's 6 months to 10 years.
I'm gonna fetch the cockatrice.
Oh god.
And place Marcille on top of that.
Okay.
Her eyelashes broke.
Oh
Shove the
no.
cockatrice in a brine, and this way she stays perfectly balanced.
Okay.
There were many trials and errors.
3 days so far.
How about we stick him on?
Stone is starting to feel a little warm.
Okay, it might be
What's
working.
the time? Am I even pronouncing any of this correctly?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, thank God! It's just a regular hug.
Yep, soft.
I said the words right!
Huh? Why is there a pot?
Let's see. This one was a success too. And then slice it up thinly. Take the
Ooh.
fermented buds, plate them with the meat, and
I want to eat that
it's
meat.
ready.
Cool.
What?
Maybe the cockatrice meat I was prepping somehow neutralized the curse.
I caused them so much trouble.
Oh,
and at a time when we
it's
really
okay.
needed to get back to the surface. Hey guys.
They learned a lot.
No. Don't ever use people as a human pickle.
Delicious. In
Oh my
dungeon.
God. Feels redundant to say at the end of these episodes, but I'll say it anyway. That was a great episode. I liked that a lot. So we're back to our main party, and we're back to, I mean, like, they're genuinely in danger. There is a real sense of like stakes to what's going on now, which I think is kind of cool. Like at the start of the show, I mean, there were stakes in that there was a time limit of us getting to Falin, but I didn't feel the stakes. It felt like, you know, like I don't know. I just feel like now they've kind of set up the dangers so much more that I feel like it is genuinely dangerous. But that also makes the slice of lifey bits feel even more fun and more relieving, because you get to have those slice of lifey bits despite the horrible things that are going on, you know? So bits where they're just eating meals together, it's like a relief. It's like when you play D&D and you go through like really tough days and you feel like you're gonna die on that day and everything's really bad, but then, we survived it all and now we can take a long rest, and the long rest goes by successfully, and it's like a very relieving feeling of like, oh man, I was so close to death, but now we're all good. So yeah, I like that it feels like it's capturing that feeling. I like when this show captures Dungeons and Dragons type feelings. So, man, the Dryads were interesting. So the idea that they just give you hay fever, which I liked how at first it was building it up like, oh, it's this incredibly dangerous thing that they breathed in. It might be this horrible, deadly poison that's going to screw them over or whatever. And it's like, then it's like a big reveal of, and it's hay fever. like it's this thing that a lot of people experience all the time. But it's, first of all, really bad hay fever, and second, it's hay fever that you're experiencing whilst fighting these creatures. So it's not just that it's hay fever, but it's hay fever that's numbing all of your senses so you can't fight this battle. So it is incredibly dangerous. So that's, you know, just as good as a poison, really. So I really like that. I think that's a great idea. It makes a lot of sense. It's really cool. And kind of creepy but cool designs for those Dryads as well. The bit where Chilchuck is looking at the Dryads and then they all like turn towards him, that was so creepy. It was really cool seeing like that sort of horror element in this show. I like it. Those and the pumpkins that have just the faces on them is such a funny design. I really like that, and it's one of those things that, like, those are one of the ones where you completely understand Marcille being not super keen to eat it, because it's a pumpkin with like a unsettling face on it. But turns out that was one of the ones she loves the most, which is very nice. Cool that we have Laios learning healing as well. That's really cool. I didn't know if that was possible. I wasn't exactly sure how, like, at least I didn't know if it was possible to do in a short enough time. I mean, Laios has learned little bits of healing from Falin in the past, and Marcille did admit that he was a fast learner. But yeah, I thought maybe he wouldn't have been able to do it unless, you know, you have a certain, like, really in-depth training for a year, or, you know, you have to do this certain thing, or you have to be a certain type of person who's awakened to this mana or whatever. Like, I don't know. Different series have different ways of showing, like, who can be a spellcaster and who can't. But I didn't think that Marcille would be teaching Laios some spellcasting, but that makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you were able to teach everyone just, like, at the very least basic healing spells, because you never know when you might need it, and you really shouldn't just have one person who can heal, because what if that person needs healing, or what if they're knocked out or anything, you know? Like, then you're kind of screwed. So, and it ends up working out. I mean, if we're assuming that Laios' healing did end up assisting Marcille, then it, you know, that was a good thing. And I feel like Laios' healing was a big part of why Marcille got unpetrified at the end. In this episode, no, actually, first I'm going to talk about this other thing. I liked Laios being like, do you know the trick to petrification? And then her, like, you know, following it. But what he was actually doing, I mean, like, she got angry at him because it ended up not being a thing to get petrified, but, or to not get petrified. But he was completely right. The idea that, like, okay, when you're about to be petrified, you go and, like, sit like this, because then you're just, like, in this perfectly stable position. You're not as likely to, like, tip over or break a part of yourself off. Like, you're protecting your body. It actually makes a lot of sense, and I think that's really cool that they've thought about that. But then Marcille didn't end up doing it because she was reacting. But that's a really cool thing to think about, and I haven't really thought about the idea of, okay, I know I'm going to be petrified, let's get into a position that makes it so that when I am petrified, it doesn't, I'm not going to die. It's not going to break off major pieces of myself. So that's very cool. So the other thing was, they had said in this episode, are you talking about Falin and Shuro? They said that to Chilchuck when he was talking about how party have interpersonal things going on and that like can fuck with things. And in there was like some like the you fall in and out of love type stuff. So am I misunderstanding that scene, or does that imply that Falin and Shuro were a thing? And then, you know, and then Shuro, like something happened between them, and then that's why Shuro wasn't a part of it anymore. If so, I don't think we've heard that, and that's interesting. But maybe we have. Maybe I've forgotten. Sometimes I do forget stuff like that. But very interesting nonetheless. I like the way that they slipped that in there. But yeah, anyway. That was Delicious in Dungeon. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reactions, as well as early access exclusive videos for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.